Okay, so the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 or the 2021 Galaxy Tab A8. What happened there, Samsung? Or actually, I shouldn't be blaming Samsung. I should be blaming the leaks. But either way, let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, according to the leaks that we got at the beginning of November, the Galaxy Tab A8, or the 2021, I keep saying, the 2021 Galaxy Tab A8 was supposed to drop November 22nd. They were supposed to either announce it or do more of a silent drop, but nothing happened. And if you also remember in that same video when I made it, I told you do not hang on to the, to the dates that I'm giving you. Do not hang on to these dates because, these leaks, they are not really confirmed, right? They just kind of leak information out of the company, but it's not confirmed by the company. I told you, well, if you're really interested in picking up the Galaxy Tab A8 or the new one, just wait. Whenever it drops, go ahead and pick it up. And I think I also told you to just buy the Galaxy Tab A7 because you probably get better value out of that. Well, if you bought it at the $139 or the $149 that Walmart and Target was selling that respectively. But anyway, I digress here. So it did not drop as anticipated. And as of now, we are looking at first quarter of 2022. Again, this is another leak, so don't hang on to that, too much. Who knows? They might drop it in December. You never know. But either way, one of the leaks that I've come across is stating that it is going to drop during the first quarter of next year. Next year, Samsung will be super busy, especially the beginning of the year, from the S21 FE to, of course, in February, the S22 to the Galaxy Tab S8 lineup. So S8, S8 Plus, S8 Ultra. And now they have to manage also when to drop the A8. It's just way too much. And we haven't even gotten to, the Lite, the S8 Lite, A8 Lite, along with the new Galaxy Watch, which is going to be the Galaxy Watch 5 and the Watch 5 Classic. And I feel like I just got this guy and they're already working. They're already getting ready to drop the 5. But either way, that's going to be down the line next year. So for those still interested in purchasing this tablet, the Galaxy Tab A8 here, they would just have, again, like I said last video, to just wait. Whenever it drops, just pick it up then. If not, you could take my advice and go for the Galaxy Tab A8 or maybe A7, or maybe add a little bit more money and wait around Christmas and maybe pick up the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. But that's just my advice. And if you have been following the channel long enough, then you probably know that I typically advise to go for something that's a little bit more value oriented, generally something that may have been out for some months or maybe a year or so, and you will get a lot more value. And speaking, if you have been watching the channel, if you're new to the channel, of course, please do me a favor and hit both the like and the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate that. But either way, the upgrade going from the current Galaxy Tab A7 to the A8, as I mentioned last time, is fairly marginal, right? It's not really a major upgrade going from the A7 to the A8. Samsung is in fact going from a Snapdragon chipset that they had on the A7 to a UNISOC chipset on the A8, according to the leaks, right? So you're looking at a Tiger T6188 or 618, whatever you want to call it, which is slightly better than the Snapdragon 662 that we had on the A7. So not a massive difference in terms of power, but still, a little bit more powerful than the A7. Now, everything else is going to remain the same, right? So the same quad speaker setup, stereo, pretty loud. I'm certainly expecting that the ones on the A7, that the speakers on the A7 will be loud. Headphone jack, we now see this just on budget tablet, which is frankly sad. I would love to see this on premium tablets, but they've been reduced to just be attached to budget tablets. So quad speaker setup, that headphone jack, as I mentioned, a USB Type-C, which should normally allow you to transfer your apps, because apparently they fixed that on the Galaxy Tab A7. I do not anticipate that it's going to be able to support Samsung DeX, but then again, you're even looking at a slightly different version of Android that you have running on these tablets. But anyway, so it's a budget tablet, still set for very light level of work, not a productivity tablet, not a tablet built for, high level of work, but still good enough and valuable enough for you to be able to do, your day-to-day tasks, task, light task, moderate task, and all of that good stuff. The display also should also be a nice display. The Galaxy Tab A7 has a pretty nice display, so I anticipate that it's going to be just as good on the Galaxy Tab A8. It's still going to be a TFT display standing at 10.5 inches, just like the one you have on the A7, and you are looking at a resolution of 1920 by 1200. 2100, so still full HD, and that should be good enough for entertainment, you know, watching movies, playing games, and all of that good stuff. In terms of the configs, of course, is going to start at 32 gigs of base storage and with 3 gigs of RAM. Of course, if you want to go up to 64 gigs, that would, you know, afford you an additional 1 gig of RAM, making the total 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage. And if you go up to 128 gigs, that would be the same, 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage. Now, as far as battery goes, I suspect it's going to be the same because it's about the same size as what you have on the Galaxy Tab A7, so 7040 milliamps. So it should still be an all-day battery, depending on how you use it. So I can't really tell you how well or how long it's going to last based off of your usage, but it should still be a pretty decent sized battery for you. The Galaxy Tab A7 that I have here, or that I had here before family member took it, the Galaxy Tab A7 that I had here was pretty good tablet for, you know, day-to-day stuff, and it would last all day. You then have the same 8 megapixel camera on the back, which is going to be the main camera, and of course at the front you're going to have a 5 megapixel camera. So pretty much the same thing you've had on the Tab A7 and also the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. So nothing particularly crazy, but just a camera to have. They're pretty decent for, you know, video calls and things like that, or just scanning documents, but nothing really more than that. But anyway, let me know in the comment section if this is a tablet that you were waiting for, despite my advising you guys to go for the Galaxy Tab A7. I'd love to know if you have any questions or any comments. Certainly love to read your comments about this tablet here. I'm going to catch you in the comment section, and of course make sure to like, subscribe, and of course share the video. As I always say, I'm going to catch you in the comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video, and up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.